So as we move around this state-of-the-art facility, so we understand that the SCV foray was not possible without co-developing the product with your customer. A word on that beautiful journey that is moving in the direction of commercialization now.
Whenever you develop a new product, it is very important to capture the customer voice. You have to capture the raw customer voice,
Right.
in their own language.
Right.
Then that voice has to be converted into technical specifications. So basically you have to understand what are the customer needs, which are unmet
Right.
from their existing
Right.
current
There are white
products,
spaces, of course.
which they are using, and what are the new things which we can provide
Right.
to make customer more comfortable, or to make the product more customer friendly.
Right. Right.
So I think that's a very special technique, which we call QFD, quality
Right.
function
Right.
deployment.
Right.
And there you meet hundreds of customers, and then you listen to them and
Right.
capture their voice. And,
Right.
and that's why we call it co-created with
Right.
customers.
Right.
So
Right.
therefore, this entire product design has been done after listening the customers.
Right. On a lighter note, you've pioneered certain technologies. You've pioneered benchmarking manufacturing practices, and now here you are as a challenger brand in the SCV space. What do you prefer more? Excitement of being a pioneer, excitement of being a challenger brand?
No, I think the excitement is that we are getting into a very large market.
Right.
I think that is the fundamental thing.
Right.
The market size in this category of vehicles
Yes.
is more than 3 lakhs.
Right.
And this
I
market,
think close to 3.5 lakhs.
I think around 3.3 lakhs.
3.3.
And this market is growing.
Right.
There is a lot of migration also happening from sub 2 ton to
Yeah.
to 2 to
3.5. We've recently coined the term.
This is a very this segment is at a very sweet spot.
Right. Right.
Because this is very optimum vehicle for the city transportation and also last mile
Right.
delivery.
Right. Since you know the Siam nomenclature, would it be right to call it an SCV pickup? Because it combines the best of both. It's an SCV pickup, right?
SCV pickup,
Right.
yes.
Right. Please continue.
So therefore, I think we are very, very excited
Right. Right.
to be part of this segment.
Right.
And I don't believe in calling challenger brands or any such things.
Yes.
Of course, we will have to compete
Right.
with the existing people. There are very strong players. So with all due respect to them,
Right.
we'll have to serve the customers
Right.
in a better manner, so that the customers start buying our products.
Right, right. Now, of course, in the backdrop, we have these fantastic creatures working. We understand that the cab is the production of the cab, the assembly of the cab is quite highly automated, and perhaps 60% plus is automated. You can tell us a little more about the quality benchmarking, the output, and the role of deep automation with IoT 4.0.
Look, for any new product, of course, the main thing is the driveline is the fundamental. That is the main
Yes, that's the
part
heart
of the vehicle.
Yes.
And but the cabin plays the very important part from the aesthetics point of view.
Yes.
And also the safety and also the driver comfort.
Right.
Therefore, this is extremely important part of the vehicle. When we say there is a new vehicle coming in, I think people see it with respect to, is it the new cabin?
Okay.
So the cabin is, and it also calls for a lot of investments,
Right.
because you have to invest in stampings, you have to invest in this new VIW line.
Right. Right.
So it's a high investment,
Right.
part of the vehicle.
Right. And of course, you're giving the first impression and a lasting one.
And the second thing, here in this line we have put 16 robots.
Okay.
And now the pertinent question is, why we do it with robots?
Yes.
Why can't we do it manually?
Right.
I think you won't know it after looking at the cabin, but I can tell you, in one cabin there are 1800 welding spots, and there are a lot of such spots where the human hand cannot reach.
Right. There is a
It
margin
can
of
only
error
be
over there.
reached.
By
It
the
can only be reached by the
robos.
if you want to provide a
Product of that quality.
better quality and better
Right.
reliability.
Right. Right.
And another special feature of this line is we have used special technology here, welding technology, so that the welding sparks don't fly out. If
Okay.
you look at then when the welding is happening, you don't see the sparks going out.
Yes, that is a common
Yes.
thing we've seen at plants. Yeah.
And it is because of the MFDC technology.
Okay.
So that technology ensures that the sparks remain in a very localized area.
Right.
And otherwise, when you go to any traditional weld shop, you
Yes,
see
it's very common to see the
lot
sparks
of
flying.
Sparks flying.
Right.
But here you don't see any sparks flying.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Those are the kind of minute
these are
details
the
you paid
state of-
attention
and
to.
then there is complete tracing of each and every manufacturing activity. We
Right.
call it genealogy.
Right.
Industry 4, that is
Yes.
part of the Industry 4.0. So we have complete track of each and everything. If anything goes wrong in the
It's
market,
recorded.
we can trace that back to the actual manufacturing, that who was there,
You can
when was
pinpoint the
it
fault.
manufactured, why it happened. So we will have complete records.
Right.
Complete
right,
genealogy.
Right. With such kind of automation, I'm tempted to ask, manufacturing is all about monitoring metrics. You look at the lead time, you look at the quality of the product, the fault finding, the return ratios or the recalls. How much of an impact has this kind of modern technology, played a role over there?
No, fundamentally, this produces defect-free cabins.
Right. Right.
So I
So
think the,
typically your first
yeah.
yield product would
yeah,
go
yeah,
without.
basically the first time right.
Right.
you
Right.
can say.
So that kind of a difference it has made. Right. Right. And how capex
Rework-
intensive is
re-
this?
Rework is not there.
Right,
basically.
right. How capex intensive is this compared to a traditional line, for example, the other lines that you might have?
Like this BIW line, the investment is largely there, as I mentioned, in the stampings.
Okay,
So where the toolings are very
right. Those are
important.
expensive.
And you have to invest in those toolings. And those stampings are not done here.
Okay,
Stampings are done outside with an ancillary.
okay,
And they supply us the stamping, the panels, stamped panels, and then those are welded here.
right,
So here the investment is in the weld shop,
Okay.
or which we call BIW line.
right, right.
And so both the investments put together, the stamping and the weld line, it's quite sizable.
Okay.
You can say maybe around 200 crores or around that.
Okay. And what would be the specific? This is the 200 crores is for the entire tooling or just for your SCV for it?
No, only for this.
Only for this.
the
LMD
you
line.
can say the
LMD line,
SCV line
As a whole.
for the panels and for the weld shop.
Right.
And for the
And overall, would you be able to describe the assembly model, a line model that you're following? For the simple reason, we've graduated from the days of fish assembly line. We've seen sub-assemblies being fed. There was a time when just-in-time was right. Then came the just-in-case time. Where are we today with such advancements?
No, here we have used a totally new concept.
Okay. Which is?
In this factory, there is no store in house.
Okay.
We don't have store.
Okay.
We are getting just-in-time supplies on the line
Okay.
from
Your
outside,
from your tier suppliers
from
directly.
another third party.
Okay.
The third party stores person.
Right.
So he's having the warehouse. He's running that warehouse,
Wow.
and then he's supplying us just in time.
Wow.
And the entire thing is synchronized in production planning. That whatever model is getting produced on the line,
Right.
the same model, parts
You are
or the
stocking it.
sub-assembled
Right.
parts, they come on the line
Right.
in the sequence.
Right.
And that entire thing is synchronized with the very, very, you can say, advanced PPC, production planning and
Okay.
control.
Okay.
And so therefore this is if you can see on the assembly line or in this factory, you will not find any store.
Right. Now, with such efficiencies in place, the natural organic question is, what is the level of localization, digitization, mechanization, and overall your plant and asset utilization?
Localization will be almost 100%.
Okay.
So except for some of the electronics things which are still not semiconductors, and some of those things which
Which are just coming organically now.
which come from outside. Other than that, everything is done indigenously, and that development has been done by our teams, and it is all developed in India with our various suppliers.
Overall mechanization levels would be at what level?
Mechanization is very, very advanced.
Very advanced.
Mechanization, whatever is mechanization possible, that is done.
Right. And your plant utilization levels at the moment, how much room do you have for future expansion? What are the shifts you are operating in currently?
Initially, we are going to set up the capacity for maybe 40 to 50,000 units for small commercial vehicle.
Okay.
But that can be extended very easily.
Okay, so you have that headroom.
We can, yes. We have built in the flexibility.
Right.
Like here also, you see this line now. Right now, I think it is 8th JPS line, which is around 50,000 cabins.
Right.
But then you see the space, vacant space.
Right.
And,
you can use that.
It can be extended.
Yes.
The moment we fill up
this,
and then of course we can.
Right.
The extension is not difficult.
Right. Now, you've been driving this message with the government of the Make in India aspiration, the whole VECV Bharat vision that we have. That, of course, puts a new set of responsibilities and pressures on your human resources. How are you training them to ensure that you are on track with this whole vision of 100% Make in India, or India as a global manufacturing hub?
I think first of all, skilling and upskilling is becoming more and more important.
Right.
Because you see the change in technology, transformation in technology. You are getting new technologies coming in, a lot of electronics, electric vehicles, emission norms, safety standards. No, of course, the human workforce, they have to be trained in each of those technologies.
Right.
Therefore, we have tremendous focus on skilling and upskilling. So you have to train and retrain, redeploy.
It's an ongoing
our
process.
workmen. So it's an ongoing process.
Right.
We have in-house skilling centers. We are going to set up here also.
Okay.
In Pithampur, if you go, we have a very big skilling center there.
Right.
And even in Devas, our gear factory also.
Yes.
You will find a very, very robust skill building center.
Right.
So skill building center in the factory itself is extremely important.
Right.
Other than that, then we also, for special skills, we also send them outside.
Exchange programs, etc.
Exchange programs or
global exposure.
Yes, to train them.
Right.
And of course, we have to create the skilled workforce.
Right.
It is not automatically available.
Right. So
And another thing, in the assembly line, we also have decided that we will have a very, you can say, on the gender diversity. The assembly line is going to be run by.
So we will keep that. We'll tease that a little later. There is something very special coming in
so that is another very, very important.
Next in the next leg of the interaction that continues at the state-of-the-art facility, we are going to reveal a unique shop floor with some unique resources. Stay tuned for that as we move forward in this facility from the BIW facility to another section of the plant. Stay tuned.
The things you think about determine